Good morning and happy Wednesday. If you're returning, thanks for joining us again. If you're new here, my name's Justin and I work for a company called Dalinghaus Construction. We're a general contractor in Southern California that specializes in foundation repairs. Our video last week, you would know one of our crews started a foundation repair project at a group of townhouses out here in Chino Hills, California. The team's going to be installing 33 vertical piers and 10 helical tiebacks to address all of the settling and lateral movement that this building has experienced. In the last video, you saw our guys breaking out concrete and excavating some of those pier locations. Well, they finished all of the excavations, and today they're installing some of those vertical helical piers. So if we make our way over to this foundation or this building's footing, and I turn this camera around, you can see this is one of those helical piers. That's the building's footing, and we're going to be installing brackets on that footing, attaching those piers to the bracket, and then attempting to lift this structure as much as 6 inches in this corner. So you might be wondering, Justin, why are these townhouses settling or moving laterally? Well, if you look behind me, there's a massive slope on this side, and if you look behind me in that direction, there's a massive hillside on that side. So not only is this building settling, but it's moving towards those hillsides, and there's a whole bunch of variables that go into why these structures are settling, but it kind of comes down to 2 things: the proximity to these hillsides and the presence of expansive clay soils. This right here is a piece of clay that we pulled from underneath this building's foundation, and that's not what you want under a foundation, because expansive clay is going to expand and expand and expand in the presence of moisture, and then as it dries out during our big droughts, it's going to shrink and shrink and shrink, creating voids and instability in the soils that's under this massive structure. So behind me here, we've got Isaac and Axel, and they're installing one of those piers right now. So that loud thing behind me, that's our hydraulic motor. And all these hydraulic hoses, we got Axel running the control board, so he's controlling the hydraulic movements. And those hoses run to our hydraulic torque motor. Notice this big old bar right here. It's called a torque bar. And what's happening is they're leveraging this building to torque that helical into the earth. All right, so this is one of our foremen, Isaac. Isaac, how deep are you driving these piers over here on this corner?
We're going to be going to about 14 feet.
14 feet? So, what kind of pressures are you going to be reaching at that depth?
Well, on the gauges, you're going to see a differential pressure of 1,600 psi, which is going to translate from the gearing on our motor to about 4,050 foot-pounds of pressure. Sheesh.
Are you guys running into anything like clay or rock layers?
Yeah, this area is... soil's pretty bad. It's a pretty solid clay. That's why the engineer's calling out for the specific depth and a lot of pressure. Also, it's a 2-story building, so it's going to have to support more weight. Throughout, there were a lot of striations in the soil with really clear layers, and some of it was pretty moist, but most of it was pretty dry as we got down to about 2 or 3 feet underneath the footing. It's always impressive seeing these guys get after it, especially in this hot weather out here. Let's jump into a quick montage of these guys installing some of these piers.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. They won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon. very end. Many men try to reach it, many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. And I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Will you find me? Hope you find me.
All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Thanks so much if you made it this far. Our crew's going to continue installing these vertical helical piers for the remainder of the week, and then potentially attempt to lift this structure on Friday. Most likely they're gonna be attempting to lift this structure on Monday though, so we'll be sure to be out here for that. After the lift takes place, then they'll be installing some of these horizontal helical tiebacks that we talked about to address the lateral movement from this massive hillside. If you guys aren't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, help both of us out, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.